fellowship. May we have just great fellowship and conversation and hear the stories of the people that we've helped and the children. So we give you all the praise and glory, for this is your ministry and not man's. In Christ's name, amen.
Good. Okay, I'm going to have Andy come on up. He's going to talk a little bit about state families. And don't worry, we'll go over the rules for the dessert dash. No one is confused. It's going to be amazing. But first, we'll listen to Andy.
Thank you. I'd just like to say how much of a blessing it is for me to see everyone here tonight. Just thinking back, when we started this about 5 years ago, to think that we could have a fundraiser with this many people in here right now, it just really blesses me. And looking around, so many of the professionals in the room and volunteers, like we all work to try to change the trajectory of the families in our community. And I thank you for that. So I'd like to just say, if you could, just kind of close your eyes a little bit. I'm going to tell you a little story about a young boy that I know. So this young boy, him and his mom recently had been separated from a very abusive relationship. And his mom was in a new town teaching. She didn't know anybody. And she had an upcoming back surgery with no one to turn to, no one to take care of a very energetic 3-year-old boy. And the principal of the school that she was working at volunteered to take care of that young boy. And while his mom was in the hospital, he took him fishing, took him on little hikes, and carried him around on top of his shoulders. And for the first time in his life, that little boy felt safe. About 45 days later, those two got married. And that man adopted that boy. And that boy was me. And so, I think about the seeds that are planted in me that help me do the work that I do. And I see in you all that also do this work. Seeds were planted in you to help me carry out this good work that we do. And I thank you for that. Safe Families gives families an option other than putting their children in foster care when there's a crisis or when there's a medical need. And we have a group of such caring individuals that spend time and put their life into these families. And we see the families rise above their situation, and many of them continue on and do such wonderful things that wouldn't happen without volunteers engaging in their lives. Safe Families is a evidence-based model, proven effective to deflect families from child welfare, reduce child abuse, and keep families together. And I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty darn good thing. So thank you all for being here and supporting us in this movement and being a part of this movement. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Well, guys, we're getting real close to doing that dessert dash. So first off, we just wanted to give a shout out to all you guys. Hello? To all you guys who came here. We've got churches, we've got organizations, we've got people here, so we're just going to take a minute to thank each table for coming. So first off, we're going to thank you guys for coming from Mayday. We've got Mayday here, the new director, Jenny Blair. Where's Jenny? Where's kids. Where's the juvenile department? Mayday representative. We have team members from the wraparound program, the New Directions Northwest, who are consistently putting good vibes into our community. Can we have the New Directions and the wraparound program? Raise your hand if you represent. There we go. And we also have from Halfway, so they had a good drive. We have Detour Youth, which they are based out of Pine Baptist Church. Can we have you guys raise your hand? Detour. Thank you, Detour. We also have the Safe Families volunteer today, Sherry Siebler. Raise your hand. We're going to take a minute to talk about her because she's working on something super cool. She's working on bringing a youth center here to Baker City. She's been working really, really hard on it. That's probably an understatement. And it's going to be called the Baker Youth Venture. Their board members are in the planning process along with fundraising. So please watch for them at these community events and support them if you see that. So thank you, Sherry. Next up, yes, go ahead, clap for Sherry. We also have a local business, Intermountain Law. Raise your hand if you're with Intermountain Law. Thank you guys so much for coming. We also, on a different note, have a youth group from Blue Mountain Baptist Church. They just wanted to come today and help serve us. Can we clap for those guys? Those guys helped us so much. We also have my baby Kai. We'll clap for him later. We also have a couple women's group Bible studies here tonight. One put on at the Rachel Center. You guys raise your hand. Rachel Center, thank you guys for coming. And then another women's group from the Haynes Baptist Church, which is over here. Can you guys raise your hand? Thank you guys for coming. We're almost done, don't worry. We also have the Rachel Pregnancy Center again and the director Jen. So thank you. She's doing a lot. She's pulling double duty. Can we clap for the Rachel Pregnancy Center? What a blessing they are. We also have our Compassion board members Compassion Center board members who are here today. Can you guys raise your hand as well? They're over there. Thank you guys. They do a lot to keep us going. So we're blessed to have them here as well. We also have Calvary Baptist Church. Can you guys raise your hand? Thank you, Calvary Baptist. We have Baker City Christian Church. Can you guys raise your hand? Thank you guys. We have the Baker Church of Nazarene. Where are you guys? There they are. And we have Blue Mountain Baptist Church, just in general. Can you guys raise your hand? Thank you guys so much for coming. And last but not least, we've got so many Safe Families volunteers who are here tonight. We're just so blessed and grateful for each one of you guys who are here. You guys keep us going with a fundraiser like this, and as our volunteers also keep us going. So we're so blessed that some of them were able to make it, and then we can honor them in the way. So if you're a volunteer, can you stand up if you're a Safe Families volunteer? Don't be shy. Thank you guys. So those are all the people who are here today, and again, just a blessing. It's our first time doing this, and we're so grateful to have the turnout that we have. Like Andy said, different churches, different companies, different families here tonight. We're so excited to get started. So I know you probably all have some questions about the rules. I'll go over that in a second. You notice at your table you've got a whole bunch of papers. So some of those papers, you've got the Dessert Dash guidelines. And why that's important right now is because you'll see there are 5 blank spots on there. That will be where your team works together to right now put the 5 desserts you are wanting or hoping to get once we do the Dessert Dash. So basically, in a minute, the rules were, but how we will get started when we do the actual Dessert Dash is whoever donates the most money, they will get the first dibs running to go get their dessert. And then so on. So whoever donates the second most, and then so on. And basically what you guys do, you'll notice, and you can hold up your team flag. So you guys have a blank piece of paper on your team name. Once you bring your team name on there, please go ahead and put it in this hand right there. that's going to be your flag. So this will be very important. Your table name, put it into that stand, and that is your flag. Why that's important? Because when we get started, let's say I announce Blue Mountain Baptist Church. Whoever they chose to be their dasher, that person will grab their flag, they'll run up here, all these amazing desserts, and let's say they really, really want this chocolate cake with Bailey's Irish cream. They're going to run over here, they're going to put their flag in front of it, and now that's plain. Nobody else can take it. This second place person, they're going to run with their flag, they're going to put it down. So that's why it's important to know what dessert you guys really want, because if you're running up here and you don't know which one you want, you're running with a couple of different people, it's going to be crazy. So try to have a couple of desserts that your people wants. Try to have either the paper, you can bring it up with you, or just have it in your head. But try to get ready to go. Like I said, it's going to get crazy when we actually get started. So if you've not done that already, you have that flag there. Get your team name on it. Go ahead and just desserts real fast if you want to. You guys can come up with the 5 desserts that your team wants. You guys can decide who your dasher is going to be. So each team will just have one dasher, and that dasher is going to be the person. When I announce your team, they will run up to the table and put their flag in. So figure out who your dasher is going to be, what desserts you want, and if you need to, go ahead and go look at the desserts. We'll get started at about 7 o'clock, according to the time up there.
I'm sure it'll all be good. Those are some bad designs.
But first, we're going to have some people who are associated with Safe Families come on up. We're going to share a little bit about their experience, if they're a volunteer, if there's somebody who helped. We're going to have them come on up. So we're going to start, if we can have Jenny come on up. She's been a partner with Safe Families. She's done a lot in the community. Can we clap for Jenny?
Hello, everyone. I got permission from Madison Gayu to speak on her behalf tonight. She unfortunately thought this was tomorrow, but it's tonight. And I know Madison very well, and so she gave me permission to share with you a little bit of her story and how Safe Families helped her. I met Madison when she was in the 8th grade, and her family had a lot of struggles, had generational poverty. Parents had some substance abuse and issues, and she lived with her paternal grandma. And when she was a very young person, she became pregnant at the age of 14. She was in mental health services, substance abuse services, juvenile justice services, and she came into the wraparound program with New Directions, and I was her wraparound care coordinator. We worked diligently together to try to get all the services and all the support she needed to help her be successful as a young mother. And it was difficult, even with a robust team of people trying to help her meet her goals. And when Safe Families came to Baker County, I knew that this could be like a missing link that could help her overall. With Safe Families' help, we were able to secure daycare for her, which enabled her to be able to go to school full-time, be able to participate in extracurricular activities. It also provided her mentorship, and she had many volunteers in this program that helped her, whether it was getting her child where she needed to be, to where daycare, babysitting while she was doing cross country, So many things that the Safe Family program did for her. And ultimately, she graduated high school. The first child in her biological family to complete and graduate high school. She never had child welfare involvement. And today she is going to EOU and she's in the psychology program because she wants to help people that have helped her. And it's because she has a long-lasting support system between the people that were on her wraparound team and the Safe Families program. And I know that she would willingly share those things with you, and she gave me permission to do that. And such an amazing, resilient young woman. And Safe Families has had a huge, huge part of that. And then I'll just go into that. I was asked to speak tonight as a community partner, and I previously worked at New Directions as one of the lead wraparound care coordinators, and now I'm the director of Mayday. And I'm wanted to speaking about, as a community partner, what Safe Families does. They're the perfect community partner, especially when you think about in the lens of wraparound, right, Judson? They have the same belief systems as the philosophies of the wraparound program, that you work with the individuals you're serving to support their voice and choice and the goals that they want to meet. That you're walking alongside of them, you're not making choices for them, and that you're there to be a compassionate individual in their greatest times of need. Safe Families does all of this. Through working with Safe Families and the wraparound program, we met the needs of youth and families to meet daycare, transportation, housing needs, mentorship, all of the things that help you be a stable family at the base core needs. But what the thing that I feel that they do the best is connection. We all deserve connection in our lives, right? And Safe Family provides that to the youth and the families that they serve. And they do it by showing up daily with compassion, dignity, and grace for the individuals and their stories. They create lasting, long-term relationships. And I think that's like when you speak about like Madison's story, Andy and I, we still talk to her monthly. We're the people that she relies on when she needs something. And there's people like Michelle Long who does that for her, right? Like those are long-term, lasting impacts on an individual. And I want to speak a little bit in my new role as director at Mayday. Although we're on a temporary pause, I know, and it's so crucial, and I've noticed this, that Safe Families is going to continue to be one of my most biggest supporter and community partners. Because if you didn't know this, 1 in 3 women experience domestic violence or interpersonal violence in their lifetime. When you're experiencing some of the highest risks, highest safety concerns, you have to have community partners that you can rely on, that are trusted, that show up and can be there in that moment's notice. Individuals who are experiencing domestic violence, often it may take up to 8 times before they're able to lose their, or be able to flee their abuser. And when they need to be able to have those systems in place, and Safe Families is going to continue to be a crucial part of that. I know that we'll be able to partner with them to create safety nets for women and children when they're needing that. And so I just want to thank Andy, Nicole, Connor, and all of you that volunteer, because I see the work that you do and the effect that it has on our community overall to be safer, happier, healthy. And that's all we want. That's why everyone's here. We want that for our community. So I thank you all for everything you do, and I'll give it back to Connor.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Can we give one more round of applause for Jenny? So next up, we're going to have Colin and Jenny, if you guys would mind coming on up. What's special about them is Jenny has been one of our awesome volunteers. She was a host home for a while. And Colin was actually one of the people who got to use
service of the host home that we offer, and we're just going to talk a little bit about his experience with Safe Families and Jenny's experience with Safe Families. So my first question is for Colin. My question is, before you were placed with Jenny, what were some positive memories you have of Safe Families when you were in the host homes and just getting to know the staff?
The memories that I had from being hosted was going to church in Haynes with Nicole and Sutton for the first time. I haven't stepped in the church for a long time. And then when that happened, I realized that this was going to change. And ever since then, I've been going to church as much as I can. I go to youth group every night, and I'm just glad that I'm now with the Lord.
That's so awesome. So Colin, my next question is, since you've now been placed with Jenny, how would you say your life has changed for the positive? What does life look like now from before we were Safe Families to kind of now? What are some things that have changed for the positive in your life?
The things that have changed to the positive, better side is I haven't missed a single day of school, and last school year, I missed a lot of school. It looked like I had nothing coming towards me. When I got put into Safe Families and I met Jenny for the first time, after a couple more times of hanging out, she said, you should try school year at our school for a year. And I agreed, and I haven't missed a single day. I have way more immaculate grades than I did last year. So, yeah.
And how would you describe kind of your new family now at your house with Jenny and all the new family members you have? Kind of talk about what life looks like now with a new family.
The new family that I have is too loving that I can't control. They provide so much for me, and they support me, and I know that they'll have my backs like how I have theirs.
Thank you, Colin. Jenny, my question for you now is, I know you dealt a lot with kind of the foster care system and all that, so I'm going to ask you, how has your outlook on all that changed now that you've been with Safe Families? How does Safe Families compare to kind of the stuff you went through with the foster care system?
Well, Colin is number 27 of the teenagers that my husband and I have parented, and we have parented through hosting exchange students. We've taken kiddos just because their parents were in prison, so we didn't have any system of support for that, financial or otherwise. We've taken some high-level boys in foster care, and then we've worked with Safe Families. And unfortunately, the foster care system is very broken, and it's a lot about checking boxes. I wish I could say that it's about being the best for the kids, but it's not. And also, it's not great for the foster parents either, in my opinion, in this state. So we had some really hard times. There's just no relationship there. I also work for an alternative high school, and I am a trauma/behavior kind of specialist and a mentor for alternative high school. And I work with hurting kids a lot, and I've parented them. And if you have relational trauma, it takes healthy relationship to rebuild that. And the government ain't gonna do that for you. So working with Safe Families has been so great for us because we know people are just a phone call away with encouragement for us, with support for us. We are actually Colin's permanent guardians now, so we're his parents, and he's stuck with us. So we're very, very happy about that. His big goal in life is to be taller than I am. So Safe Families it provides that relationship piece that foster care isn't going to provide. And the problem with that in foster care is it's not the foster parents that aren't going to provide that relationship. It's the it's that at any minute, DHS could take that child away, which is going to create more trauma for both the foster family and that family. So it's just not as trustworthy for kids or for the families. So in the foster care system, kids get re-traumatized. So not always, but a lot of times. So anyway, we've just been very, very happy with Safe Families supporting us. We have it set up now that Colin has a mentor so that we can maintain that relationship with Safe Families right now. And we also try to do respite for his cousins and his sister. So.
Well, thank you guys so much. Can we give a round of applause for Jenny and for Colin? It's been so cool to know Colin. I remember a couple months ago when he was talking about when he got to go to church for the first time, just seeing how excited he was, and just what a blessing to see that he got to go to church, able to go baptized, and now here he is just doing so awesome. And we've got we're so proud of Colin. We know he's going to do awesome things. We're just so grateful for Jenny for being able to take him in and just be a loving family. And that is what Safe Families can do, right? You can hear the gospel. You can be adopted by people who you didn't know before, but now they love you. And that's our goal with Safe Families, is just to have volunteers who act like they've been your family your whole life. And it's a blessing that we're able to do that, and it's awesome to get to hear the people who have experienced that. That is one of the blessings. So I think we're just about ready with our finals. Okay, guys, this is getting exciting. Okay, guys, well, I'm not going to lie. I am really blown away right now just looking at the totals and who won. What a blessing, you guys. I'm going to go over the rules one more time for the dessert dash, just so we're all on the same page. But again, just thank you guys so much, truly. So before I read these totals, raise your hand if you are a dasher for your table. Okay. So one really important thing to know, when I read off the totals, you guys are going to bring your flag. You guys are going to bring your flag, and you're going to bring it up, and you're going to put it in front of the dessert. You do not take your dessert. That is the big thing to note. Once you put your flag there, you keep your flag there, and you just walk back to your seat, or run back to your seat, or skip back to your seat, however you want to do it. But you do not take your dessert back to the table. That will be done by our awesome youth group. After all of the flags have been planted, we will bring the desserts to you. So all you have to do in a minute is put your flag in front of the dessert. And just to recap, it will go by who donated the most. So I'll start with who donated the most, and then I'll go down. I'll give us about 5-second intervals. So I'll call that first team, I'll call that second team about 5 seconds later, and then so on, okay? So you guys get a head start. If you donate first place, that's a 5-second head start. Second place, you get a 5-second head start from third place, okay? Lastly, I don't think I need to say this. You guys all look really nice. But let's just make sure we don't get in the news for a bad reason, like fighting each other for desserts. That would be great publicity, but in a bad way. So just make sure you guys all look awesome and look nice. Just make sure that when we're doing this, if somebody plants their flag right there like a millisecond before you and you really wanted it, we'll just show some grace, right? We'll show some good old Christian values, and we'll let them have that dessert, knowing that your second place dessert probably is just as amazing as that first dessert. So again, just making sure that we're not running into each other, we're not fighting each other, we are just putting our flag down in front of that dessert and being happy. And like I said, we are not taking our dessert back to the table. We will bring it to you afterwards. With that being said, are you guys ready? I'm ready too. Okay, so like I said, Dashers, get ready. When I call your team, you run up there. Plant the flag, and you can walk back to your seat. We'll bring you to the dessert. Okay, with $2.5 million, I'm just kidding, we have in first place the Nazarene Church. So Nazarene Church, okay, he's walking, you can run. Next up, we have the team called the Cinnamon Rolls Table. Okay, let's go. Next up, we have the Top Secret Dessert Dashers, third place. Okay. We've got Dessert Island next. Dessert Island. We've got Maddie's crew. You guys are moving fast. Maddie's crew. We've got the We Eat Desserts. We've got New Beginnings. If you're New Beginnings. Okay, New Beginnings, if you guys aren't up there yet. Next up, we've got Team Desserts. Team Desserts. We've got the Baker City Christian Church. Baker City Christian Church. And also we have Intermountain Law. Intermountain Law. Wow, good job, you guys. The good news is if you got last place, you still get an amazing dessert. So that's... Okay, guys, while we're waiting, I do just want to announce the total that we raised today. And just so you know, in my mind, our goal was like, if we get at least $4,000, like, we'll be happy. Anybody want to take a guess how much we raised today? Colin raised his hand. He's brave. Let's hear your guess.
$10,000.
We pretty much raised $10,000. We raised $9,592. So thank you guys so much. That is double and a half than we thought we were going to get. So truly, you guys are a blessing, and you guys will keep Safe Families doing what we're doing, and it's just because of you guys here. And the good news is you got to support us, but you also get desserts. So I think it's a win-win no matter what. Thank you guys. That was like the most tame dessert dash I ever saw. There was no fighting. I saw some fire in some of your eyes, but you guys are calm and nice, so awesome job. And if you are gluten-free, if you're one of those people, we do have a gluten-free dessert over there that you can take if you cannot eat the normal ones. It's a chocolate cream pie, so hopefully it'll be real good. I did have a hand up. Yes, sir. Okay.
I was going to suggest that.
Okay, here Okay, well, that's okay. Okay, awesome. So what team are you? Cinnamon rolls. So they want to, you said double?
Yeah, whatever what our total was, I'll pay them.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Nicole.
Do you know what dessert you want? Your second
Bailey's one on the end.
The Baileys, okay. We're going a little off script, so excuse us, but this is an awesome way to improvise.
chocolate cake.
So we have a chocolate cake.
And you get a bunch of plants to give to your table. So we've got, it looks like we've got mint, basil, maybe some geraniums, and so if anybody would like to throw in some extra money and get it taken.
Yeah.
So this chocolate cake was made by my sister, and she is an excellent cook for everything. And she also is an outstanding gardener. So everything here would probably grow really well. Also, we have a cherry raspberry pie. Any takers? I do know from a well-informed individual that this dessert pizza is outstanding. So Tasha, who made it, her grandmother owned a restaurant in the Dalles, and this is her recipe. It's a tried and true recipe. We have a marbled blueberry bundt cake. You're right there, okay. All right. How much do you want for it? What do you? $40? Anybody else? How much? What do you want for it? Huh?
I don't know, 50?
Do I hear 60 for the marble cake? 60 for the marble cake. Do I hear 70? Does anyone want to top it? 70. I'm trying to be good.
Oh,
70. Anyone? Okay, well, you get it for $60.
hold on. Okay. We do have these cupcakes, cream cheese filled cupcakes that were made by the Eagle Cap Culinary School. 40. Okay, there's 2 plates. There's
There's 2 sets of them. So, yeah.
Bear 50. 50. I got 40. How much?
40 for the other one.
40 for the other one. Okay.
All right, that's
40 going on? Okay. All right, so, okay. Okay.
Can we go to the dessert pizza? We'll put 40 on the dessert pizza.
40 on the dessert pizza. Man, I was about ready to bust out Venmo.
At least 45. Come on.
Charge it.
Not any higher, $40.
Come on.
We have 50. $50.
$50. Adam, you got 50?
We have $60.
60? $60.
What about 70? $70.
70.
Okay, what about $80? $80.
65.
I think we're at 70 for them.
Oh.
Okay, I think
I think,
we're at 70.
what are you at?
75.
75.
Okay, we're at 75. You have 80.
I think we're sold.
75.
Yeah,
Good
okay.
job, guys.
All right. Okay. So I do know that Sheila Sohn is one of the well-known pie makers at the Nazarene Church. It is a cherry raspberry pie. $50. 60. 70. 70. 100? It just said 100. How about you, Troy? 110. 110.
Are there any more pies, or is it just that one?
This, no more pies. There is a chocolate cake with
120.
120. 120 for the pie. 125. Careful, Cliff is good at bidding people up. Done this to me a lot.
130.
130. Uh-oh.
Was that Randy?
No, that was Dan. Okay. 30. One once, one twice. Sold. Okay. All right. We have my sister's chocolate cake.
All 50.
My sister just, oh.
I'm your wife.
Woo! Yeah, my wife, wow. Yeah, 50. 100. Okay. 100 going once, going twice.
120.
120. Woo! 120 going once, going twice. Sold. All right. Thank you, everyone. Okay.
Wow, thank you guys. We did not have that on our agenda for improvisational bidding war. So thank you guys. That is such an awesome thing. We actually talked about today, like maybe next year we'll do that. But you guys are awesome. You guys made us start this year. So thank you for getting us off our feet. You got us more money than we even thought of, and it made it fun. So thank you guys for that extra donations. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to you guys for about 30 minutes. I'm just kidding. Now it's time to eat dessert. So you guys stay at your table. If you are the Baker Youth Group, if you guys can come on up, we're going to have our volunteers. We're going to have them help come serve you guys the desserts. So just stay at your table. We do have, let's see, we have our ice cream somewhere, right? Yeah, we're going to get out some ice cream. We'll have some coffee. I believe some whipped cream as well. I believe the plan is to put them at a table up here. So just wait till all these desserts are gone. And if you want extra ice cream, extra whipped cream, that will all be up here in a minute. But right now, guys, just stay and hang tight. We do have more after our desserts. We have one more person coming up. We're going to have Ray Day talk in a little while. He's going to talk about a really cool opportunity to raise some money. And then we'll have one last talk, and then we'll be out of here. So eat that dessert. In about 20 minutes, we're going to have one more opportunity later in the year. But right now, guys, thank you so much, and just wait for your dessert. Have lots of ice cream and lots of gluten-free pie and lots of Cool Whips. So if you guys are wanting seconds or thirds, this is your day to do it. And if you're a kid, ask your parent first.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I think we're gonna need a big, maybe two big.
Yes.
I think it was really good. It was really rich for me though. You can't get it all in one sitting. And the raspberries.
Okay, can I have everybody's attention? I hate to break up the joyous conversations over such delicious desserts. So during the Compassion Center banquet, which people were here for the Compassion Center banquet, I announced that we were going to be having this. And so while you're here for this, I'm going to present you with another fundraising opportunity. And so we have, it's going to be a raffle, okay? We're going to host it online. And we have a Columbia River fishing trip for 6 hours. We have some donated fishing tackle and most likely another donated fishing trip to Central Oregon to fish for crappie. And so with that, the reason why we're doing that, I'm going to hand this over to my friend Ray to explain where that money is going to be going and why we're raising this money.
Thank you, Andy. My name's Ray Day. Grew up here in Baker City, knew Andy growing up a little bit. He was a little too stuck up to hang out with me. Just kidding. We did hang out. I worked in the jail and he was on the other side of the bars for a brief moment. But God restored, redeemed this fella, and I'm proud to call him my friend. So getting to the point, and I want to say thank you to Andy and Safe Families Compassion Center for doing this for my niece, and I'll get to the point here. I don't know if any of you know my sister, Holly Day. She's at Cody's there in the Bassin Sage Mall. Her daughter, maybe about 2 months ago, suffered a spinal stroke. She's 24 years old, just came out of the blue, freak accident, and she spent, I think, about 2 weeks in the hospital over in the Boise area, and then they transferred her to a rehabilitation center over there. And I think she spent maybe 5 or 6 weeks in the rehabilitation center trying to, basically she's been paralyzed from her waist down. And she did regain in her left leg a decent amount of movement. Her right leg is still totally paralyzed. And what we're trying to raise some some funding for here is to get her to the Mayo Clinic in the Phoenix, Arizona area. So as I said, I'll just keep it short and sweet. We thank you guys if you're able to donate money for that cause. My sister and my aunt really are appreciative, and we as a family as a whole are appreciative. Any donations you can make to support them. Thank you.
Yeah, so June 1, we're gonna go live with that raffle, and we're gonna run it through June. And basically July 1, we will draw the names for the winners. And so it'll be on our website, noccbaker.org. Am I saying that correctly? Yes, okay, all right. I got that right. So please, if you can, donate to that. It's a really great cause. I know both of the outfitters that are providing the fishing opportunity. They're great guides, and it's a great opportunity to help a family in need. So thank you, and I'll turn it back over to Connor.
Thank you all again.
Thank you, guys. So we're gonna have Nicole come on up. She is one of the awesome members of Safe Families. She's, one would say, one of the hearts of Safe Families, if it's possible to have two hearts. She's gonna talk for a minute about what it looks like to be a volunteer for Safe Families.
Thank you, Connor. We said that we would be winding down tonight about 8 o'clock, and we're on schedule. So I'm just going to talk for a couple of minutes, and then you guys can hang out and finish your dessert and talk, or you're free to leave. So I moved to Baker about 3 years ago, and I would say the friends that I have now are all volunteers at Safe Families. And so I am here tonight to kind of just let you know that if you feel called in any way to volunteer with Safe Families, we would love to have you. And you would be like family to us. And there are many ways to volunteer. We have 4 main categories. You could be a resource friend, which is like the lowest commitment. You don't have to do any training or get a background check. You just get on our email list, and if families have needs, we shoot out an email. And if you want to give in that area of need, you just email us back. If you don't want to give in that area of need, you just don't email us back. There's no pressure. The next category is you could be a family friend, and that's really what we need the most, is just people who are willing to befriend our families. And you get to be yourself. You meet with the family maybe once a week or every other week, and it can be through text message, just checking in with the mom, saying, how are you doing? Do you need anything? It can be getting together for coffee, going to the park, maybe giving someone a ride. And once again, if you don't have time, if you're in a busy phase of your life, you just don't respond to the email. No pressure. But if you do feel called, then it's an easy and safe connection to make with our families. And you will be fully supported by Andy, Connor, and I, and other volunteers. Like if you don't know what to do in a situation, if you need advice, or you want someone to come with you, you have resources. You are not alone in your volunteer work. And at any point, if you want to quit, you are free to quit with no hard feelings. We have people coming and going just as life, takes you different places. Sometimes you're called to be a volunteer for a season, and then you move on to something else, and there's no hard feelings. So it's all very low pressure and easy. Another category we have is a family coach. That's a little bit more involved, and it takes the skill of helping someone set goals. And it sounds harder than it is, but it's basically just asking the families, what do you want? What do you want for your life? And pointing them in the right direction. You will not set goals for them, because that doesn't work. You just support them in their goals and kind of give them a little nudge if they get off track. But that's a very interesting way to volunteer. The last way to volunteer is to be a host family. And that's what Jenny was for us. That's what Cindy and Walter are. And what that means is you, if you're in a place in your life where you have time and you have the space and you feel called, you can invite a child into your home for a set amount of time. It's got a lot of structure around it. So you're fully supported. It's for a set amount of time. If it's not working out, you're free to say, hey, this isn't what I thought it would be. It's not working. And I just don't know how else to say that you will be supported, except that, yeah, that's what we do a lot of. It's just problem solving and making sure it works for everybody. And Connor, Andy, and I are very close with our volunteers. Like I said, they're my friends. And so I want to watch out for my friends. And anyway, all that to say, if you would like to volunteer, on the way out, I made these handy dandy cards that look like this. And you can just grab one and think about it. My contact information is on here. It takes you to our website, which has more information if you're just curious and want to look into it more. It has the 5 easy steps of becoming a volunteer. And if you put your mind to it, you could do it in 1 day, or you could take 3 months to do it, self-paced. So that's all I have to say about that. And I just want to thank you all for coming. This is blowing my mind. And I want to thank Andy and Connor for being an amazing team to work with. So thank you.
And I just want to thank Nicole. She is so amazing. Can we clap for Nicole? If you guys knew how much work she did today, but also every day, she's just, she's also my aunt's fun fact. So if there's ever anything wrong in the house, I'll call her and she just knows how to do everything. So if you ever have a problem in the house, she can fix that problem. If you need her Safe Families, call her for Safe Families. She's just awesome. Can we also thank Andy? Andy's kind of the one who keeps us going. He's the head, he's the mastermind. Can we thank Andy? He does a lot as well. And can we just do one more round of applause for our volunteers? We've got so many of them here, and again, thank you guys. And now clap for yourselves. You all came, you all got desserts, you donated. Just clap for yourself. You guys did something today. You guys showed hospitality, used your resources to help others, to help us going. So thank you guys. That is one of our missions, to show radical hospitality. And I think that was shown today by you guys, by raising that money, by helping us keep going. We'll use that money well, we promise. That being said, are you guys gonna come next year when we do it again? Okay. We'll hold you to that. If we don't see you next year, we're gonna find you and be like, hey, you said you were gonna come, you clapped, and you didn't come. Just kidding. But thank you guys again so much. Truly, you guys are blessings. I'm gonna pray for us just to close us out, and you guys can hang out, eat dessert, and leave whenever you want. But thank you guys. Let me pray for us real fast. Dear Heavenly Father, God, we just come before you, and we just praise your name above all names, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. We just thank you for who you are and for everything you have done, are doing, and will do. We just thank you for every single person here tonight, again, for just giving them such giving hearts, God, for having them show hospitality, for just having hearts that care for others, God. And we're so grateful for them, and we're so grateful for the volunteers we have, and just for the staff we have, and we're so grateful for you and how you blessed us. And we just pray that we'd use this money well, God. We'd steward it well. We pray that you give us wisdom how to handle our cases, and that you just bless the families and that we can serve as many people as we can and glorify you through that and live out the gospel for some people. And we say all this in your name, we pray. Amen. Hey guys, thank you so much. Hang out. Eat